Vicky and I met online. I've never met Vicky in person yet, but I'm sure I will someday. But we met online in a group called AO40, which is Army Over 40. So BTS Army members over the age of 40. There are tons of us. We have a great time in the group, and I will be interviewing lots of members of the group. That's my dream, and I am delighted to welcome Vicky today. So thanks for joining. So hello, hello.
Hello, fellow army.
It's nice to see you. So
Yes,
thanks for joining us and agreeing to be interviewed, Miss Army. Can you introduce yourself?
sure. I am Vicky Hoff Forbes, and I just turned 70 in April, so I'm
Okay,
a
okay.
um, and I'm looking
Looking
forward
40.
to the Baltimore concert. I was raised and born in Baltimore, and I've been an army since the pandemic.
Ah, sweet. Okay. So yeah, so you found them in 2020 then, or around
Yes,
that
yes.
area.
Mhm.
Yeah. And how did you find them? Like how'd you fall into the BTS rabbit hole of
Oh, and this is the thing. I mean, I have never experienced anything like this in my life, but I was watching the Jimmy Fallon, the Tonight Show, um, and they were on in Grand Central Station and I was like, wow, who are these people? They are amazing. I mean, I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like that because I didn't know anything about K-pop or anything. And then, of course, you know how it goes. You just want to know their name, and so you go down that rabbit hole, um, and that's what happened. I mean, like at first when I saw that there were seven of them, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I mean, I remember boy groups when they had like three or four, and I didn't know all the names. So it took a major effort to get to know their names, but it was well worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, that performance is insane. It's so crazy, you know.
Mm,
Yeah, so it was that and then like cuz that was that Jimmy Fallon whole week of BTS, right? Is that
I believe it was, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Or,
So
or,
did you watch
or I
that?
thought that came later. That might have came later because I did watch that too.
Okay.
But I think that one was later. Yeah, because
Okay.
that performance was like right before everything was shut down
Oh.
for the pandemic. Yeah.
Okay, okay. See, I didn't know that. I thought it was grouped in there, but it makes sense that it was done before because they were doing on tour.
Yeah,
That was
just
probably
right before.
okay. They
Exactly.
were probably still gonna go on tour
They
um,
were. And
during that
yes,
performance. Ah, I never knew
exactly.
that. That was the timing of that. That makes total sense.
Yeah, and it was a perfect time for me to find them. And like you say, like they always say, you find them, they find you rather when you need them the
When you
most. And
them.
I had lost my husband 2 years prior, and I still, I was used to living by myself. And then during the pandemic, when you couldn't even have anybody, and then on top of that, then I had to have emergency surgery like in March of that year. So I was in the hospital for a whole week with no visitors, of course, or anything. So
Right.
thank God I had my cell phone and I could, look at all the BTS I wanted to. It was great.
Wow, that is amazing. Yeah, and they really do find you when you need them. I mean, wow, what it like a for them to come in that time. I mean, if all and they are so engaging and so right on so many different levels. So,
Yes, and that's what it is. I think a lot of people don't realize, yes, they're phenomenal entertainers. And the music, of course, gets you and touches your soul, but it's them. It's their personality. I mean, when you look at their programs, right, they are hilarious. They are chaotic. It just so engaging. The most entertaining individuals I've ever met in my life. And for seven of them to have found each other, I don't even know how that happened.
yeah, I think yeah, it's like I think it was like Hobie was even kind of saying that like I don't know, it feels like fate. It's just like yeah, for sure. Like they're all so different, right? But they work together so well.
So yes, they're so unique, I just love them all. I mean, I love them all, but I do have a bias.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask. So yeah, so who's your bias? Oh,
Yeah, he's my off bias from day one. But you know what happened? Now I actually have two biases. That daggone Yoongi, he was always my bias wrecker. And
yeah.
then I saw him in concert, and that was all she wrote. I was like, I can't fight it anymore. You're up there with him.
Yeah, now he's a co-bias. He's moved up to a co-bias.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Because I remember you said that you are a rap line girl. I remember
Yes,
that.
definitely. Rap line biased, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So and so am I. And so Yoongi is my bias,
Oh,
and has
cool. He's so
Yoongi's been my
amazing.
bias since day one. For whatever reason, I'm just like, who is that guy? What's going on in his head? He's like, what's he thinking there?
I
Yeah,
know I love them because they're both of them, they're so opposite, but they're so similar, if you know what I mean. It's like
yeah.
one's the extrovert, one's the introvert, but their lyricism and such deep thinkers and intelligence and but so caring and loving, even though Jungi is not as like touchable and approachable like RM is, but still it's that same feeling. I don't know what it is about them. I just love them so much.
Yeah, yeah. And they have such that respect for each other too. Like you were saying, they're so
Yes.
different, but they're the same at the same time. And they see that in each other.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, they're amazing. And their lyrics are, deep diving into their
Oh,
lyrics. I mean, RM's lyrics. Like I have a playlist for each guy.
yeah.
And RM's playlist is like 34 songs long. And RM's playlist is the longest of my playlists,
Oh, I
actually.
bet. I bet easily. I mean, and it's such a variety too. But I tell you, even to this day, my favorite song is Wildflower of his. It just touched me in some kind of way. He was like pouring out his heart in
I
that. It's like, oh,
Yeah. It made me cry the first time I was just like, oh
it
gosh.
did. Yes. Yeah. And matter of fact, when they did, you know how they do the Spotify rap, they showed you how much you look. And of course, that was like, I was like, wow, I listened to it that much. Oh my God.
So, when did you feel like first feel like you were Army? Like not just like a fan, but like, oh, I'm Army. I'm a part of this.
That's a good question because it's not like it just happens, but I sort of felt like I deserved the title of Army when I think it was two. When did when I know what when I was first got my Army membership. You know what I mean? I wanted to
Ah,
get on there so I could register for like the pre-sale of their concert. I tried to go to permission to dance. I got the pre-code, back in the day when you had to get the pre-code. I got the pre-code and everything, but I couldn't get I didn't know anybody at that time like I do now. But I tried to get my brother who has timeshare because it was in Las Vegas, as you
hmm
remember, permission to
hmm
dance. So I tried to get him. He worked so hard for me too, try to get me hotel accommodations, but he couldn't do it. So I ended up not being able to go. And then, afterwards, when they announced that they were like taking a, I was so distraught. I said, I would have moved heaven and earth if only I had a.
No, I had the same thing because I had just found them not too long before. So I missed the LA and I saw like I was looking online, like I don't know, probably, one of the secondhand or whatever. And I saw a seat, like and every instinct in me was like, just go, just go. I didn't know anybody and I talked myself out of it. I was like, I'll see
Oh
them like
no.
right the next time around. So when June came around and they were like going on hiatus, I was like, what?
I was so distraught. You just don't even know.
Yeah, but I mean, we got so much. I mean, we didn't know like what hiatus was going to mean.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah,
So
that
it was
hurt my
like,
feelings
yeah,
so
exactly.
bad.
I know. I was like literally crying because I was like, I just found them, and I was like, I can't believe it. And of course, we it sounds to us sometimes like they're going to break up, right? Oh,
It,
we're going to do our own thing, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
but I always had faith because I trusted them from the very beginning when they said that they were going to come back. And I have a friend who's not Army, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I heard they're breaking up." So, oh no, they're not. They are going to come back. And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, we'll put your money where." your mouth is put $100 on it. I was so confident, for
Wow.
me, who doesn't have any money, to
Right.
say that. And she wouldn't put her money up, but I sure would have won that bet.
Right. Good for you. Yeah, because I was just like, I thought, okay, well, what I'll do is I know they have a ton of material, and I'll just watch the old material because I thought I don't know if they're gonna come back together again. And J Hope put his album out, and I was just like, they might just go their own separate ways. So I'm good for you for having faith because
I
I was
always
like,
had faith.
yeah. And so, I know I imagine you're going to the concert, Arirang. Are you
Of
able to go
course,
there?
I'm going to both days in Baltimore, and I'm actually taking. I have two sisters. I have three, but one, she's just not getting into BTS at all. But two of them, I did get them to like their music. They're not army like me, but one of them is going the first day with me, and the other one's going the second day. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to ask you, like anybody in your community, any army nearby or
Oh, well, my goodness. Yes. Now, the best thing I ever did was, well, the first one I got to bring on as Army. I'm a doll collector. I don't know if I mentioned that to you. And that's one of the things that sold me on BTS too. I said, well, my goodness, if they're this famous and this popular, surely there must be a doll after that, doll made in their image. And then when I found that out, that was all she wrote. I had every last doll. As a matter of fact, for my dog club, I belong to two dog clubs. I did a program on BTS dolls. So I
oh, how
introduced them to
fun.
BTS and had a big display and everything. But anyway, one of my dog club members during that time, remember, we couldn't meet in person. So we had Zoom meetings and we got to show dolls that we wanted to show online. And I showed a BTS doll at that time. And so one of my doll club members, she was intrigued by that. And then she ended up becoming Army. So we're good friends to this day and good Army. And then, of course, I told, like you said, my sisters, and I got even a brother now who's into them too. He does karaoke and stuff. So he says, yeah, I got them in my thing for karaoke. And he's trying to learn to swim so he can sing swim for karaoke. And then um, due to BTS A over 40, which is the best site for me, I just love them so much, which is why I post so much on that page. That's where I met my friends in real life that we get together all the time. We're going to the movies together.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
I have at least, 8 real life, Army friends.
Right. And some of them coming from AO40 and then but they're in the same area so you got to hang out with
Yes,
get together with them.
exactly.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I was going to ask you like what do you think what is the best part about being Army?
Oh my God, I think it's the sense of community with people that share the same values as BTS. I just love that. You never feel alone. Like the first concert I went to, which was Sugar's, at first I wasn't going to go because my friend who I told you I introduced to it, she backed out at the last minute. She wasn't going to go. I said, you know what? I'm not going to have regrets like I did the last time. And my brother, bless his heart, he drove me up to New Jersey and he stayed in the parking lot and took a nap while I was in there by myself. But the lady who was next to me, she was all the way from Denmark, and she had been to the two New York shows. Then that one, it was going to fly back to Denmark the next day. But I met some wonderful Army people that I didn't never felt alone. You know.
Wow. Um yeah, it is amazing. It is like they have this ability to make everybody feel like one big family.
Yes, I don't care what your race is, your religion, your back, what age you are. It's just I love that they unite everybody. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, when I went to Yoongi's concert, I there we in a car going back, we were all stuffed in there. We decided like two people couldn't walk to the hotel, so we like put them in the car and kind of like snuck past the police. It was like four of us stuck in the back seat. And one of them was tiny. She was from Canada. She said she had tiny bendable limbs, so she could fit like tiny. Right. And I was the only ones because that was in Oakland that I went to see them. And so that was like an hour away from me. But
Oh my
everybody
goodness.
else, yeah, Terry had come up from LA. One person had come down from Washington State. and one had come from Toronto, and she was seeing both, shows, and two had come from Alberta. And
Oh, see,
right?
that's what I love. I love that. You
Yeah, yeah,
know?
all different like races and ethnicity. I mean, if you look at that car, it was like, this is what we're talking about.
Yes, a whole United Nations, right?
Really was, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was just so
United
fun.
by music. Yes, I
Yeah.
love it. I love
So
it.
is there a hard, what do you think is the hardest thing about being Army? Is there any kind of challenge that you've had on this journey?
I find the hardest thing is for especially people in real life being closed minded, not even willing to give them a chance at all, because me, I'm a champion for that. I'm not ashamed to be an Army. I will tell any, if you're within, my perimeter, you're going to know that I love BTS. I don't care who you are. So for them not to even want to try, even to listen, that bothers me. And also on the online end of it, which thank God I'm not on X, because I understand that's a real,
Yeah.
dumpster fire. But I don't like the hate that they get, especially from other fandoms and stuff, so unnecessarily. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 that is a hard part. Because I've loved music like all my life. And so this idea that like, oh, you have to hate on this group because you like that
Yes,
group is super strange, you
yeah,
know?
I don't get it. That must be a K-pop thing or something.
Yeah,
And I mean,
yeah.
I think it's because of the parasocial phenomenon. And I do see that now that you do. I don't know. I've never been this attached to an artist in my and Michael Jackson was like the closest thing
Yeah.
to that. I mean, I loved him even to the day he died, and even now I went to see the Michael Jackson movie, and
Oh, you
oh
did. You
my
saw
God,
it.
that was amazing. And I
Oh,
guess that's why I
perfect.
love them too, because you could see so much influence from Michael
So
Jackson.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. One of the first things I saw on them, yeah, they were doing like the Michael Jackson sort of version of Dynamite. And I was just like,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh,
oh,
their award show, the performance that they did with Hobie in that purple jumpsuit.
yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, oh my God. Like, because I had seen them on the Crosswalk musical was actually the first thing that I saw them with James Corden.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, they're cute and like their dance, they're good or whatever. But then when I saw that, I was like, oh, they're really good. I was just like, you know, yeah, that was a
Yeah.
compilation reel that I saw. And by the end of it, I was like, I want to see every single thing that they've done. Yeah,
And that's the way you get. It's like I'm telling you, especially during that pandemic when you had time, you didn't have anything but time to look. Oh my God, what a deep dive! I mean, I watched the Run episodes, American Hustle Life, the AMAs, the Mnet Asian Award. I mean,
just
anything and
everything.
everything you could think
Yeah.
of, I was watching.
And they have you laughing so hard. Like I felt like
Yeah,
when I watched the run, I was like, I haven't laughed this hard and so like I'm like wiping tears. I'm like, stop, I gotta breathe.
I
They're
know, I
so funny.
know. And then more recently, did you watch the Hot Ones with them on there? Come on, Wayne. I
Oh,
just love that.
the hot ones. Oh my gosh, I laughed. I've watched it like 4 times actually. I almost put it on the
Oh,
other day
at
because I'll just
least 4 times, probably more than that.
yeah. I showed it. I showed it to my son and his girlfriend. My youngest son's girlfriend is from Daegu, where
Oh,
they,
really?
hmm yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and it's so interesting because she actually doesn't know. Like the first time we watched Hot Ones, I said,
Uh-huh.
"Have you ever seen them talk before or anything?" And she's like, "No, she hadn't ever even seen them talk."
Wow.
Yeah, and she went to the we went to the concert in Stanford.
Did, did she like it?
Yeah, she loved it. She came back as a Jim and bias.
Oh, good. Well, you know what? Speaking of that, do you know for the longest time, I didn't have any interest in any of the ones in the vocal line, but you know what? Jimin, I don't know what happened to him, but I think he may be my new record right about now.
Wrecking everybody, girl.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. Even my oldest son, because we went to the first concert and then all of us went to the second concert. And
Yeah.
yeah, my oldest son was just like, he already is a Jim and bias though, but he was just like, oh my God. It's like,
He
he's like
just, I don't know what happened to him. And then he's
something.
up there, with these bare shoulders with all the muscles
Yeah,
and,
we
but
got the blonde.
Oh my
Hair
God, that
extension.
long hair.
Yeah. Jimin yeah, I think he's wrecking a bunch of people.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's always been amazing. Now his
Yeah.
dancing is like just like no other.
Oh my
Him and
God, he's
Hobie
great.
together,
Yeah.
but now, oh my God, I love this new thing with the Arirang. Um, the way each of them individually can shine, and show their own
Mm,
little dance move. I love it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he just moved it up a notch. I'm serious.
He really did. He really did. We were just like, he's like stung my eyes. I'm like, my gosh. We were laughing. My son is like 24. He's about to get married like in June.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, super sweet. But we were just like, my goodness. Yeah, so fun. So I would say yeah, so what would you advise to like an AO40 who like just fell into the BTS rabbit hole like and yeah, what would you advise them?
okay. Well, I'm gonna need you to clarify. Now, I'm gonna assuming if they just coming into BTS that they probably did because of the new album. So
A good
based on that
assumption.
assumption, I'm going to assume that they already know the songs on there and everything. So I would say because I didn't have any guidance when I first, I did this thing, just stumbled into stuff. I would say look at least one or two of the guides that are out there, which to me, two of the better ones, the one by Bora City, a
Mm-hmm.
guide for BTS
Haters and
haters,
mm-hmm.
skeptics, and non K-pop fans, and also the one by Taylor Mari.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, even though that's only up to 2022, but it's still a good thing to help.
Still so good.
Yes, it is. It gives them just a little taste of everything that makes us love them and all the things that they've done. And then, of course, Run BTS. I would tell them to look at the episodes of Run BTS. I would tell them to learn fandom etiquette. That's important. I didn't know anything about it. And the terminologies. What a bias and even the names. Like when I first came in, who in the heck is Yoongi? It's like I was so confused. I mean, I barely got to know their stage names, and then all these things were thrown at me. Um, Also, I'd suggest to watch live performances. The AMAs and what's the other one? The MMA. To watch any of their live performances and to also join more Facebook groups even. I love AO4, but I belong to other ones too. That like there's one, for instance, I would always suggest that you join one that's local for your area. Like I belong to a Maryland BTS. That way you can get people that that are in your area and you can meet up with them. So those
Perfect.
are the main things that I would say. Oh,
Yeah,
American Hustle Life. They got to see that too to
love
understand
it.
their yes, yes. I know
Yeah.
some people get mad. That first, you just got to warn them about that first episode, though. But
That first
after
episode was
that,
misguided.
yes, I'm like, how did they allow that to happen? But after that, it was fine.
Yeah, it's like what were they thinking? And my favorite that's another show that made me laugh, but it also made me cry a lot. I just love they touched me so. Yeah, it was one of the first things that I ended up watching too. And like when they go to Skid Row,
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
know.
ugh, I
Yes.
mean,
Like
tear
that
my
one
heart
Skid
out.
Row person that was telling them to be true to yourself
Ah,
yes,
loved
and
it.
they did. They really did. They stayed true to
Did.
themselves, which I love them so much.
Yeah.
It's such a popular group. I mean, globally can be so humble and nice, and
Yes.
it's not fake because you hear multitudes of people from waiters and waitresses and people that have worked with them. Everybody says the same thing, so they can't all be wrong.
Yes, no, I believe it 100%. Yeah. And the respect that they showed those guys and yeah, they're
Yes,
amazing. Yeah, so sweet. And so, yes, I'd love your advice too, and find a group, a local. And I assume that it would be the same advice for like if somebody wasn't over 40, but also like a younger
yes,
person. And yeah,
yes,
yeah, because that
yes.
was universal what you just said. Yeah. So is there any particular lyric or song that is like a favorite of yours or that really affected you in some way that
Well, I
surprised
want to
you?
tell you one of the first song, early song, when I was trying to learn some of the other things that really touched me in such a way. And I looked at that video so many times, and it was the 2015, I believe it is, performance of Born
Oh, Born
Singer
Singer.
when they were like facing each other first around a circle.
Hmm.
And oh my God, the way they sung and you could feel like the emotions and the hurt in their heart about what they went through. Um, but to say that it's premature to call them, a born singer, but I'm going to get there.
But that, yeah.
I don't know what it was, but that really just touched me. Yeah.
Wow, that is, yeah, that is a beautiful moment too. And they're honest, yeah, what you're saying, like their honest desire
Yes.
to like be, yeah. You can always see that too in them, like their desire to be great artists, great people, and
I
yeah,
do. And to me, you know how they say you always do something you love, whether you got paid for it or not. And to me, they embody that. You can feel, and other people have said, even people in the music industry, you can tell that they genuinely love what they do, and you could tell they genuinely feed off of us as the fans. They
yeah.
love interacting with us, and I don't care what anybody tells me. You can't tell me they don't love Army. I mean, I feel that from my core.
Oh, I agree. 110, absolutely. Yeah, no, just like, oh, we'd like to thank our fans, whatever. They love Army. You feel it,
Yeah,
don't you?
I do. I really do feel
You
it.
really do.
I don't think, they take their their artistry and their craft seriously. It's like, some people, and in the Western world especially, they get to a certain level and you feel them like walking things home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
They don't care about maintaining that level. But BTS, I got to give it to them. They are always looking to elevate. I don't care
Yeah.
where they are, no matter how great they are. You think they can't top it, but they always do. It
Yeah.
just blows my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wonder too, like, I wonder, is it cultural or is it just for them? You know what I mean? Like, because
I
it's
think
true. Like,
yeah, because think about it. Why is it that they are so globally beloved? Yes, there are other groups, and I don't think it's fair to compare other groups with BTS at this level. I really
yeah,
don't, because
it's
it's
not.
not that other groups don't work very hard and have great performance. Because I watch other things too, but when you start with BTS, it's kind of hard to. And I've even been to concerts of some other group. I'm not going to mention it right now, but it was a Hive group too, but it just was not the same
The same.
feeling. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It just was
Yeah.
not the. It's their personality. It's what they just have the sense of performing, and it feels so genuine, and they're so natural at it. They're naturally funny, naturally entertaining, and not everybody has that ability.
Yeah. And
Unfortunately,
their chemistry too. Like their individually,
yes,
all that, and then
that's
their
what it is.
chemistry.
Yes,
It's
yes,
off the charts.
exactly. I was listening to one of the producers that had worked with them, and that's what they said. They could feel that friendship and stuff. And they had worked with another group, and it's like after the camera started rolling, you can tell they don't even talk to each other. So that it wasn't real.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen certain groups, and I don't need to say names either, but I've watched and I was like, oh, because everybody, because of BTS, I think has this feeling like, oh, we gotta act like we're so close.
Yes,
Oh, we're so
yes.
close, and I'm thinking you don't like
It
you
doesn't
just
feel genuine.
it
Yeah,
really doesn't, and yet these guys, BTS, like you can see that it's so genuine.
exactly,
You see
exactly.
them in the background, like they don't even know the camera's on them. You just feel their connection. You just see it. They're band
And I
brothers.
love that. I think that's what makes them so beloved. I mean, I love them so much. I mean, I hate to say it, but I would literally take a bullet for them. I'm like, hey, I've lived my life. If it was between me and RM, it's like, okay, I'm ready to go. He's got more to give to this world.
One day I'm like, we would throw ourselves in front of a train for them. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, they give so
I know
much. So
nobody
much.
would understand that. I know it sounds crazy, but if people talk about us, I know some of the people that don't understand liken us to a cult. Well, if it's a cult, I'm sorry, this is the best cult I've ever been in.
You're like, fine, It's a goal.
Exactly. I accept it. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard too, like when you don't have those people. Like I had a group of friends not too long ago, actually, and they were just talking about a female artist and just saying how she's talks about emotional stuff and health and mental health and healing and all this stuff. And then they literally were just like, and what guys are doing that? There are no guys are doing that. I'm like, BTS?
Yes,
They just said, and there was like
exactly.
silence, like they don't know. And I went into the whole thing about BTS, and they were listening, but it was very awkward, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But you know what's funny? As I said, I'm a very proud and out army. So I don't care who knows. I feel sad for some people that feel like they can't tell people. I'm not one of those. Okay. If you
It's
come in my apartment, you're going to know I'm going to make you watch I've had a home health aide come in here and make them watch a video.
I love it. That's so
No,
great.
you may
That's so
not like
great.
that, but you gotta know who BTS is before you leave here.
Oh, that's so great. That's so funny. That's awesome. I'm gonna take a page from you because I feel like it's not that I feel like I've said stuff but I got such awkward responses at first, so I'm really like I'm more like quiet about I'm not, I mean I have like BTS shirts and people know,
Yeah,
right? I have my army bomb, but it is kind of awkward. Except for
yeah,
my
and it
son, my
can
kid.
be like I I guess you have to know when to put a break on it sometimes because you can see where their like eyes are glazing over or something like okay. You don't feel them like I do. I get it. So you got to give them in little doses,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
tell them something that they may relate to. For instance, like
Mm.
um, when Sugar opened up that Minyungi treatment center, in the mind program with autism. Well, I have an autistic grandchild, so that really resonated with. You can tell them things like that. Tell the good things, the things that they may not even be aware of.
That's true. That's a good idea. Yeah, I think that the other night, that's what happened. I was able to go into it a bit like, because they had said that. And I was like, well, they already knew I was going to a BTS concert. It was sort of like,
Yeah.
okay, you're going to a BTS concert. But then when they said that, I'm like, well, let me tell you about BTS. You've been Army for a while now. And what do you think about their journey, like their sound now, this record, and the direction that they've gone into? What do you think about all that?
Well, I love it, and that's one of the things that I really love about them is they're not afraid to take risks, um, and they're constantly evolving. Because sometimes I've been a little confused when they, introduce stuff. I'm like, I don't know about this, but then I came around and said this is like, for instance, when Hobie, when he first came out with with more and arson, I didn't know how to take that. I was like, whoa, this ain't our sunshine.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I really like. So I like that they open up your mind to different things. And their new album, oh my god, I absolutely love this album. This is like the first non-skip album that I've listened to in a long time. I love everything about it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's on loop.
there is nothing to say about it. And I see why it's so globally popular. And we are, they were talking about whether they were so concerned whether we were still going to be here for them and whether their fandom was going to grow. But I'm telling you, from what I've seen online, and because I watch lots and lots of, YouTube and Facebook Reels and TikTok and stuff, we are gaining new fans left and right because of this
Yes.
album.
So I have one segment that I like to do called one word answers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. So I'm gonna say a word and then just say like one word that comes up for you. All right.
Okay.
Okay. First one. Dang.
Mm. Oh God, that's one of my favorite things too. um, Powerful,
Ooh. Yeah. AO40 Club.
the best,
Run Gin.
hilarious,
Suchita.
mm. Insightful,
J Hope.
ace,
JK.
mm. Ooh. Golden,
Mm. RM.
Oh my God. Lyrical. Hmm.
Bias is always the hardest.
I know. Ah,
Tay.
unique.
Jimin.
Angelic.
Army.
Ah, family.
Okay, so this is the last question, and it's more of a scenario than a question.
Okay.
Okay, so you have been chosen by a committee to meet and interview one band member. Which one do you choose and why? And is there one question you would like to ask him?
Oh God. You know it's gotta be my bias. It's gotta be art. And hmm, God, what would I ask him? Like so cerebral. Ugh. Hmm. Okay, what is the one experience that you you know that's what is the one wait a minute, what is the one thing that you have not experienced that would make your life complete? In other words, that is
Mm,
your ultimate thing that you haven't experienced yet, but you're looking forward to.
love it. Nice. Yeah, he would love that question too. Um, and if there's one thing that you could say to BTS right now, like all of the guys, what would you say to them?
I would say that you've made my life a lot better, and keep doing what you're doing because you heal the world through your music.
Lovely. Yay. Well, I want to thank you for allowing me to get to know you better. I always love your post.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and yeah, for sharing with Army. Um,
Oh, my pleasure.
yeah.
Thank you.